Honorable Speaker of the Parliament, Excellency Saravia, Mr. Michael Foley, CEO of Foley, Honorable dignitaries of the Diplomatic Corps, Honorable members of the Government of Pakistan, Mr. Ibrahim Qureshi, President of Pakistan Business Forum, Mr. Nabil Hashmi, former Chairman of PAPAN, Ms. Aisha Hamid, General Secretary of Pakistan Business Forum, members of the Pakpur Foundation, and members of the districts of all Pakistan Business Forum, friends and colleagues, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share some thoughts with you. The video has already consumed around 20 minutes, so I will try to be brief and to the point. All Pakistan Business Forum is an initiative of the Pakpur Foundation. As you just saw from the video, the Pakpur Foundation is involved in implementing out-of-the-box solutions. Pakistan preserves in it some of humanity's most ancient civilizations. It currently has around 123 districts, and each one of these districts has a distinct history and culture. Each district also has its niche products and its niche specialities. So, District Chiniot is famous for its furniture, Sahiwal for its superior breed of livestock, Sialkot being world famous for sports goods, and Kasur for leather products, boat making in Sakar, tourism of Chitral, District Chaman acting as a gateway of trade between Pakistan and Central Asia, just to name a few. Imagine if professional and competent business people from each of Pakistan's districts come together on one platform. Imagine if this platform, in turn, is linked to chambers, associations, trade bodies around the world, thereby generating international travel and trade through business-to-business opportunities rather than government-to-government. Imagine if skillful and enterprising people of each district start representing their districts to decide what kind of development works they need in their district and what priorities should there be. Surely, it is the people of each district that know better what needs to be done in their district, rather than the decision makers sitting in Islamabad or provincial capitals. These are the kind of dreams that inspired us to establish All Pakistan Business Forum. We at All Pakistan Business Forum believe that Pakistan's success is in the hands of its private sector entrepreneurs. Until and unless this private sector is harnessed, Pakistan shall continue to suffer from endemic red tape, slow or incorrect decision-making, and corruption in the government sector. Consider this. Pakistan slipped to 128 out of 189 countries in the index of ease of doing business. So, compared to other countries in the world, a business person in Pakistan is at an extreme disadvantage to do business. Additionally, while the government claims to take credit for improvement in capital account, this is mainly due to increase in remittances and inflows from multilateral agencies as well as sukuk issues, rather than increase in foreign direct investment or expansion of exports. Because all Pakistan Business Forum businessmen possess experience of working in other countries of the world, we can assist the government in creating a business-friendly atmosphere in Pakistan. which will in turn increase the efficiency and competitiveness of Pakistani businesses. This will boost exports in a time when government wishes to pursue a strong rupee policy, and will hopefully present a better atmosphere for attracting a much-needed investment. Government borrowing from State Bank of Pakistan has fallen by 500 billion rupees. This, along with fall in petroleum prices, has lowered the inflation, thereby letting State Bank lower the interest rates to a historical low. This was supposed to be good news for the private sector, until the government decided to borrow 1,200 billion rupees from commercial banks, thereby squeezing out the private sector. Why should any bank lend to the private sector when it can earn a handsome return by lending risk-free to the government? The banks therefore ended up making an all-time high profit of 247 billion rupees. The All Pakistan Business Forum requests the government to put a halt to borrowing from commercial banks so that credit is available for private sector to expand. Budget deficit has been restricted, but due to curtailment of development expenditure rather than increase in tax collection. The tax collection is based largely on indirect taxes and faces challenges due to reduced collection on petroleum products. But the collection was artificially enhanced through delayed refund of sales tax to the industry. In the meantime, bulk of the tax collection remains in the form of withholding tax at source. In its quest to collect more taxes, the Federal Board of Revenue started issuing notices to 150,000 apparent non-tax filers, not realizing that these notices were being sent mostly to those who are already registered taxpayers. We do not consider this to be the right way to increase tax base. Instead, All Pakistan Business Forum suggests that the government needs to focus towards the two major areas where money disappears in Pakistan: real estate and stock market, which remain largely untaxed. I wish to also share, Mr. Speaker, that since most of our parliamentarians do not have the technical ability to understand the barrage of figures in the budget, there are questionable items that they continue to stamp while passing the budget. An example is a whopping 241 billion rupees in contingent liabilities and miscellaneous grants in 2014-15 budget, for which there is never an explanation asked or given. We offer our technical expertise to apprise the honorable members of the Parliament on the intricacies of the budget document. Growth in agriculture is dependent upon flood warnings in August and September. But nothing is being done to prevent floods, which are becoming a yearly event in this country. More reservoirs and dams are needed to improve storage capacity. But this is not a priority since it takes several years and hence not politically expedient. We urge the government to immediately focus on building more reservoirs to not only help control flood damage, but also improve water storage capacity vital for agriculture. The energy sector continues to be heavily subsidized. While there is no progress in recovery of outstanding dues, reduction in theft, or improved management, the proposed privatization plan of distribution companies also seems to not have considered the pitfalls and lessons that we should have learned from KESC privatization. We are not against privatization, but it should be done properly. In addition, the circular debt has swelled to 280 billion rupees, even after an additional 335 billion rupees was parked in a power holding company. APBF strongly recommends that the distribution, transmission, and generation rates of the energy sector are deregulated separately, while carefully revamping the regulatory framework, the famous NEPRA. Pakistan's GDP growth is being projected at 4.3% this year. There is obviously no surprise that in a region where India continues to grow at 7.5%, China and Sri Lanka at 7%, Bangladesh at 6.2%, Pakistan growth remains anemic. Because this is what happens when policies are geared towards a government sector growth rather than a private sector-led growth. Do you know that if Pakistan's growth rate was to somehow double to 9%, if it grows to 9% somehow, it would take Pakistan 12 years. It would take Pakistan 12 years to get its per capita income equal to Sri Lanka. And that's provided that Sri Lanka grows at 0% for 12 years. This is what we are facing today. We therefore need to take heed from Einstein and understand if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same results. We need to think out of the box. Let me then introduce you to a very special group of people. Ambassador, these are the people who go to their respective places of work every morning. They go to work to save their businesses from being closed down, from being threatened, from being extorted. All day they give their sweat and blood to protect their businesses. And at the end of every day, they come out as winners, having saved their businesses against all odds from the very institutions that were supposed to protect them. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the businessmen and women of Pakistan. These are the heroes that are running the economy of this country against all odds. Despite being 128 out of 189, they continue to push forward the economy of this country, which is fighting the world war on terrorism, is the frontline state. Yet, they are able to push the economy to 4.3% today. Imagine if there was no war on terrorism, what these people are capable of. Towards the end, I just want to say that Pakistan has given us birth. It has given us opportunities. It has given us everything. I ask each one of you, if we're just going to sit silent and do nothing, or else assist the institutions, political, bureaucratic, or otherwise, in thinking out of the box. I have made my decision in Pakpur and all Pakistan to this forum. I ask you to join the struggle. And I request the government to make use of this talent of successful entrepreneurs in APBF to enhance its dwindling capacity. Thank you for your patient hearing and for giving me the opportunity to express my views.
Thank you, Mr. Harun Khwaja. That was a very moving and motivational speech that will definitely make an impact on the large